Hey guys, it's me, Teacher TV Tank Mode here, and today we're going to go to the list of why LeBron would join your team or wouldn't join your team. So we're going to start with the Atlanta Hawks. Reasons why he would join the Atlanta Hawks is because, well, the Atlanta Hawks are such a young team. They're going to be one day a great team. No, I'm just joking right there. Atlanta's still young. They need a guy with experience, and LeBron I think he would help the city a lot. The city would cheer for him. The reason why he won't, because it's Sporting City just stinks. They always choke. The Hawks just choke. They just stink, man. They just stink. I mean, come on. It's City Sports. Georgia Bulldogs blowing a lead against Alabama. Atlanta, 25 8-point lead. It's Atlanta Hawks. They just can't get past the second round. I've only done it once. So there we go. Chicago Bulls. You would get Zach LaVine, who's still good, who can be a good player. I mean, and I'm biting the Bulls are just average. They're just no. That's kind of a lie, but the Bulls need a guy with experience, and guess what? You will be the next MJ in that city. However, why he would not join the Bulls? It's because the Bulls just stink. They got rid of Rose. They've got rid of Butler, D. Wade, Joakim Noah, and their head coach. If they kept those guys, we could have been talking something else. But they didn't. Houston Rockets. The Rockets, why not? They're the only team so far to beat the Warriors. They really are, when you think about it. And yet, you would get CP3, remember your banana boat buddy? CP3? Yep. The reason why he would not go to the Rockets because it turns out the Rockets don't want LeBron James. What? They don't want LeBron James. They want Paul George. You're telling me you prefer Paul George? Who's now averaging 5 points per game in the playoffs in the most important game, eliminations, and against the Golden State Warriors now? You want that guy? Fine, go ahead. You're going to regret skipping LeBron. Miami, why not go back to the team that you won with? Your best friend D. Wade's there. And you can tell them we can keep Hassan Whiteside and you can improve with him. And the reason why he would not join is because, well, the Miami Heat are somewhat falling apart. Whiteside's not happy there. He wants to be traded. We don't know about D. Wade's situation. He's old, but yet Miami really doesn't have that much star players. Cleveland, you carried the city, You carried the city to the finals. You are probably the second best Cleveland player of all time. Not talking about team-wise, I'm talking about city-wise. Number one, we already know who it is. I'm actually gonna not joke. I actually forgot his name. Jim Brown's definitely the best player in Cleveland City, for his city history. But the problem is why he would not rejoin the Cavs is because, well, he has now lost to the Cavs. He's got swept twice. The Cavs GM doesn't want to listen to him. They didn't, and yet the team they don't have enough to help LeBron. They just don't. Indiana is a young team that's ready to take it to the next step. Indiana has Victor Oladipo, who, let's be for real, was a surprise this year, and he definitely deserves to win Most Improved Player of the Year. But the problem is, Indiana has not gone past the first round since LeBron was in Miami. Ever since he was in Miami, that was last time the Pacers got past the first round. I mean, after that, they never have. And it's a young team that can make mistakes. The New Orleans Pelicans, think about this lineup. Holiday, Rondo, Davis, Cousins if he stays, and LeBron James. It takes the team to a new level. You would have the third best player in the world in Anthony Davis, and the best player in the world in LeBron James. The problem is why he would not join the Pelicans, because sometimes, the Pelicans, one of them's Rondo. Rondo, to me, can cause a lot of problems, and so is Cousins. Another reason why, because sometimes, well, the Pelicans sometimes can be a disappointment. Some years, Charlotte Hornets. Why would he join the Charlotte Hornets? Did we get Kemba Walker and Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard, to me, was a good center. I think he was decent this year. I think Kemba Walker is definitely one of the most underrated players in the NBA. And reasons why he would not join is because no matter what the Hornets get, they just become a disappointment. I don't understand why. And they haven't gone past the first round in years, too. They were close against Miami a few years ago. But, they were short. The Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are young. You get Jimmy Butler. And, hey, you get your old ex-teammate in Derrick Rose, who can tear an ACL most of the time. And, yeah, I think the Wolves, let's be for real, the Wolves could have been a third seed if Jimmy Butler stayed healthy. Reasons why he would not join the Wolves is because, the Wolves are such a young team, they're going to make mistakes. And Jimmy Butler has to stay healthy. He has to stay. And you can't lose Cat. Because Karl-Anthony Towns, there's been rumors that he will be traded. And the Suns are willing to trade the number 1 overall pick for Karl-Anthony Towns. So, Memphis Grizzlies. Gasol is a great player. And so is Tyreke Evans. I expect them to work Tyreke Evans to come back to Memphis. LeBron will get help. Reasons why he went, because Memphis was just not that good this year. They started out hot and then they finished slow. And the team is really old. New York Knicks. The Knicks got Kristaps Porzingis, and it's in New York. No, Gotham City. Well, where the superheroes are in. And Kristaps Porzingis will be coming back from an injury. And I expect greatness from him. And now, why he would not join them? It's the Knicks. The Knicks, no matter what they do, when they bring in great names, they just stink. Phoenix Suns. Let me think of one. Devin Booker. Yeah, that guy is still talented. Such a talented young player. You get a point guard who can probably shoot 70 points again. Reasons why he would not join, it's the Phoenix Suns. You were literally the worst team in the NBA. Players want to leave. So there we go. Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers, they're a young team too. They got Isaiah Thomas, who LeBron really likes still. They got Julius Randle, who's a great player. And it's Laker Nation. One of the greatest franchises of all time. Why he would not join? LeVar Ball. I'm not kidding. LeVar Ball would be the main reason. Not only that, I think there would probably have been drama with Isaiah Thomas and LeBron because, he got traded. So, Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets were short again for the NBA playoffs, making it almost. But he would get Paul Millsap, Nikola Jokic, and he would get some guards that can shoot. And they were one of the best offenses this year. The reasons why he would not join the Denver Nuggets is because, no matter what the Nuggets do, they come up short. That's always them every single year. This is literally the second time. They were so close to making the playoffs. And guess what? A team gets in the way, and they choke it. The Golden State Warriors. You can't beat them? Join them. And play center. Reasons why? You want to beat them. Don't join them. It will ruin your career, and the NBA has already ruined it as it is right now. So don't join them, please. Sacramento Kings, young team. Zach Randolph's coming back. So is Vince Carter. Somehow Zach Randolph is averaging still 24 points a game at 42 or 41 years old. Reasons why he would not join is because, it's the Kings. They just stink. The Raptors. Raptors got so much talent, and yet LeBron beats them every single year. So, think about this lineup. Oh my gosh. Valanciunas. DeMar DeRozan. Oh my god, sorry. I can't pronounce all the other teams' names because it's sounds like a really great team. Oh, Serge Ibaka. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce the other team's names. Their players' names. It just sounds like a good team. Except for the problem is they haven't gone past. They've hardly ever get past the second round. No matter how many times they improve their players. They just, they just disappear. Brooklyn Nets. D'Angelo Russell. Do you remember his 7 points he did against the Raptors? Not 7 points, 7 threes. Team's young. It's gonna get Jeremy Lane back. It's gonna get Alan Crabb, and you get a point guard in D'Angelo Russell. Except for it's the Brooklyn Nets, the most depressing place in the world. The San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are a great team still. You have Popovich still. Kawhi Leonard wants to stay, but wants to have a max contract. And also you got LaMarcus Aldridge. And the team's is trying to get younger. That's another reason. They're getting younger as well. And you know what? Another problem is Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. And it would also ruin... Why are they a problem? Because they're getting old. They're getting up there. And would it ruin his legacy? Would it? Alright, the Orlando Magic. The Magic are young, They're one of those things that sometimes, somehow, you think they're going to somehow make the playoffs, but yet they don't. But yeah, the Orlando Magic are so young. Aaron Gordon may or may not come back, but if he does, LeBron would have a lot of help in the power forward. But it's the Magic. That's why he wouldn't join. It's the Orlando Magic. Who remembers Serge Ibaka's depressed moment in Orlando? Los Angeles Clippers. It's in Los Angeles. Not that much of a difference. You're in California. You would have a better team than the Lakers have right now. You will have a lot of help. But why did he not join? Well, here's why. Doc Rivers and Austin Rivers. The trauma that teams have with Austin. And that's one of the reasons why CP3 wanted to leave. And Doc Rivers is also annoying. The Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks are trying to rebuild. They got a good shooter in Wesley Matthews, who I think is a stud still. I miss you, Iron Man. I really do. And yet, and the reasons why. Well, here's another reason. It's because the team's young, it's trying to get younger. They got some good talent still inside their bench, and the bench, I guess that's another reason why he won't. I mean, yeah, you'll get Dirk Nowitzki back, but the man's aging. The Dallas Mavericks players are mostly old, and yet they kind of stink. Washington Wizards, you would get a lot of help with the Washington Wizards. You would get John Wall, all in that team. And you know what? John Wall is one of the most underrated point guards in NBA history. Well, I mean the NBA right now. The reason why he would not join is because the Wizards have not gotten past the second round in so many years. I think it's 1970 was the last time they ever did. I can't remember. I was born when the last time they got past. Oklahoma State Thunder, you get Westbrook, alright? You get Carmelo, who was a disappointment, but hey, you get Westbrook. And Paul George, maybe. Why he would not join is because Westbrook. It's all that. No matter how many players, no matter what players Westbrook would get on the Thunder, Paul George is probably going to leave. Kevin Durant's gone, yet he's playing better. James Harden's gone, yet he's playing better than he was with Oklahoma City. Victor Oladipo's playing definitely better when he got traded from the Thunder to the Pacers. So really, Westbrook can be the problem sometimes. And that's why I really don't like Westbrook. Philadelphia 76ers. Why not complete the process? The process is almost there. They just need a star, and they're becoming a good team. It's such a young team. You get Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. The reason why? Because it's a young team. And Ben Simmons has got to stay healthy for the Philadelphia 76ers to make the playoffs. Because if he doesn't, then probably you're barely going to make it. So, Detroit Pistons, you would have the Pelicans have, you have a big man group with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. That'll be pretty interesting with all those big men. The reason and why he would not join is because of the fact that the Pistons can be a disappointment as well. They're like the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets can be a disappointment with the names they get. And the same with the Knicks. And yeah, they haven't gone past the first round in years. It's not the same bad boy Pistons that we once loved, that people hated to see, but yet respected them. Not their fan base. Utah Jazz. The Jazz, they're such a good team. They're going to be greater next year. With Donovan Mitchell, Ricky Rubio, Rudy Gobert, Derek Favors, if he decides to come back, and then you got LeBron James. The problem is, the Utah Jazz have not gone past the second round in years. And I do mean it, in years. And yet, it's a young team as well. Young teams are going to make mistakes, but Donovan Mitchell is still a good player. But young teams make mistakes. Milwaukee, you have the Greek Freak and Eric Bledsoe, who you wanted to get to Cleveland to go get. But yet they didn't listen to you. They really wouldn't. Yeah, well, Milwaukee's a young team. But the problem is, Milwaukee just can be a disappointment. They haven't gone past the first round in years. And I haven't went to the NBA Finals since I think it was like the late 1960s when they were in the Western Conference. I was against the Boston Celtics. Milwaukee, like I said, it's young. They're going to make mistakes, though. They haven't gone past the first round in so many years, and this year was just probably the best chance they ever had. The Boston Celtics, you give Kyrie Irving back, and you would be part of a culture. A good culture. The problem is, Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics are young. I mean, you would have a great coach. You would have the Boston's coach, who's a great, great coach. But yet, Kyrie Irving wanted to leave. Wait, what? He wants LeBron? Oh, never mind then about that. But Boston's young. They have to stay healthy at least to get to the finals. They are the new Spurs of the East. But yet, it's such a young team still. And even if they do, they're probably going to run into Golden State. Hey, Portland. I saved my favorite team for last. Portland, there's reasons. There's so many reasons. You would get the second best backcourt in the NBA right now. And Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And Damian Lillard, since 2012, has the most points percentage against the Warriors. And it's the highest. It's more than Westbrook's. It's more than Kevin Durant's. It's more than LeBron somehow. You want to know how much he averaged? 36 in his entire career. 36.7. That is the best in the NBA. Win or lose, he somehow still kills them. Reasons why he won't join: cap space, Terry Stotts, because he's a terrible coach, and yet he needs to go, and that's why he wouldn't. Well, time for you guys to comment. What team do you think he'll go to? And give me your reasons as well and why he won't. Comment down below about that. Hit that like button. Share this with your friends. And subscribe for me for more videos like this one. This is TGT Tank Mode. Signing off.